Hello, this is John with Brainstorm Comics and Gaming, and this is this week's Turning the Page. This week I am joined by Chris, the Power of Love. I think I may have used that one before.
Did we do that one already? Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe. He asked for it, so you know.
Hey, whatever the people
I am here to deliver what the people want.
I guess I'm just here to take whatever the people want. It's cool. It's fine.
But Chris here is a tattoo artist down at American Tattoo with several other tattoo artists that you say are also very excellent.
That I say, or is
I'm not a tattoo person, so I rely on you to.
They are excellent.
Okay.
Better than me. Go get tattooed by one of them.
And that's down in Brunswick, Maryland. By appointment only. No walk-ins.
Nope.
Have they done tattoo or superhero tattoos before also? Or?
I'm sure they have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still have to get you to bring in some of your samples for.
I would have to dig to find them.
Yeah? It's been a while since you've done a superhero one.
It has been, yeah.
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 Okay. Well, we'll still have to get you to bring something.
Sure.
So the first topic this week, let's talk about IDW. Diamond continues to get Dear John letters from different publishers. This time it is IDW. I think when you get a Dear John letter from IDW, it's almost like you should call it quits.
Was it like a "it's not you, it's me"
Yeah.
kind of thing?
Yeah, I think that's how we're gonna put it. Yeah,
It's not me, it's you.
Yeah.
Maybe?
But they're leaving for Penguin Random House as well. So, what do you think about this?
I mean, cool. I am all for like toppling the monopoly that is Diamond.
But you're just creating another monopoly.
I know you really. It's a lose-lose situation. In all honesty,
I have again. I think I've said this before in the other ones. I would have no problem if they chose to use all three distributors that are out there right now, like and give people an actual choice as to which one. Because then I think you would see more innovation and more things that help the retailers, and if you help the retailers, you're helping the consumer also. I mean, that's my viewpoint.
I think it's good for the whole, like the bigger picture of now there's multiple sources to get your books from a retailer standpoint, but it also makes life harder on you because now you have three distributors: Luna, Penguin, and Diamond. But I think it also will make Diamond kind of be nicer to their retailers, where before they didn't really care because where else were you going to get your comics from?
Do you think Penguin Random House really cares?
Probably not. Nobody cares.
I think they're much bigger than Diamond and probably have less.
But I think they have like a bigger infrastructure. So
well, let me get clear. I'm speaking just. I don't know yet because our first shipment should be here sometime within the next 6 days. I assume. I hope.
It's also IDW, you know.
That's why I said, like, if you lose IDW, that's like, I don't even know how to describe it. But anyway, Todd McFarlane said that he feels like IDW, Marvel, and DC are all being short-sighted in terms of their actions. He feels like what they're doing is going to be more detrimental to the industry in the long run versus the.
I mean, I'm just surprised it's taken this long, honestly. I mean, for how many years has Diamond been the only source for retailers?
About 25 years.
Yeah, exactly. There's bound to be change, so it's inevitable.
Again, I don't mind there being multiple sources for people to get their books from, because then you would have, like, okay, people who are closer to, like, Diamond's distribution centers, like, oh, I choose Diamond, you know.
Sure.
Or people who already order a lot of novels or whatever from Penguin Random House, like, well, I'm going to go with them because I might as well get all of my shipments all at one time from one company.
Yeah, I mean, I think it does kind of spoil the pot a little bit.
I think it's also good to have backups.
But it is good to have backups, yeah. In a situation where it's all time sensitive as well, I think having options is a good thing. So, I don't know. I think it's kind of a wait and see. I don't know if there's like a clear cut.
Yeah, I think all you're doing is creating three different monopolies at this point, though. You have the Marvel and IDW monopoly, you have the DC monopoly, and then you have the independent monopoly.
Yeah, I mean, it's like factions.
Yeah, it's going to be gang warfare.
Gang warfare. Oh, man, the publisher wars. That's going to be great. Can't wait.
So, I don't know. I hope that I know I said this in other ones. I still hope DC goes back to Diamond. I think it's a pipe dream of mine, but I still hold out that hope.
I don't think it's gonna happen.
I don't either. That's why. But
Unless like some drastic something happens crazy, I don't see it happening. I think
they'll take out DC's top 5 people that they want assassinated or whatever. I don't know. Anyway,
it took a weird turn. Okay.
Maybe they have a list of people that like, hey, take out these 5 and we'll come back to you.
I don't want to be on that list, so I'm not.
Yeah, exactly.
That.
All right, so we'll turn the page on that one. Like I said, we'll see how it all shakes out when IDW actually does the move. So let's move on to the next one. I think I had told you about this. I had been perusing the different comic book groups, and there was a guy on there who said that he frequented a comic book shop, and when he went in there, he would always get huge stacks of books, like $300-$400 or what have you. And the shop owner would always give him 15% off. And then he went to.
I do remember us talking about this.
Yeah, and then he went to a Comic Con and he found the dealer there and he pulled out a whole bunch of books and they charged him full retail and he was like, "Oh no, you guys give me 15% off." And they were like, "In the store we do. This is a convention." He asked to talk to the owner, and so the owner came over and. They talked to each other, and he was like, "Hey, I'm sorry, I can't do that. On this one, it's a new collection." The guy seemed kind of bummed. He didn't buy any of the books. Do you think either of them was in the right or any of them was in the wrong?
I don't think any retailer is under any obligation to give anybody a special discount in general. And then especially like at a convention where they're paying for the space, they're paying for the time.
A premium,
yeah. Conventions are not cheap.
Normally as much as most people's rent for at least for the bigger ones.
Yeah, and if you have multiple tables or something like that. So yeah, I think that's kind of silly.
So my thing is, especially at the convention, I think he should have asked the owner first, like whether he was going to get that same privilege.
You shouldn't expect that.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
I don't think either one of them was necessarily wrong, but I think that there's no harm in asking. Like I say that all the time. You can ask me whatever. Yeah. I mean, I may turn you down.
Right.
But
yeah, to get all up in arms about it and not buy something because they didn't give you it. I think that's kind of.
To his credit, I do commend him for not giving out the store's address. But I also think that it wouldn't have gone the way that he thought it would have gone, because it seemed like most people were of the same opinion that, hey, dealers have costs at conventions. Sure. Plus, he said that it was a new collection that he had just gotten, so he hadn't
Yeah, I remember. I think you said that the owner was like, hey, give it a couple weeks or whatever, and then come look through it again, and we'll work something out. I just can't give this to you right here today. Yeah, I think that's. Kind of childish on the customer's part.
So this goes into the wider question I want to lead into. Do you think that there's a lot of collectors right now getting more demanding about what they expect from
people in general? They're just more demanding now of creators, artists, anything. People want it now. They don't want to wait. They want it their way. They want their price. It's kind of crazy.
I think it's a double-edged sword. I think there's a lot of sellers out there also that try and take advantage of situations as well. So I understand why some people are wary about spending some big dollars. You and I plan on doing a video about the Ultimate Fallout 4.
Yes.
Speaking of that for a second, did you see that CGC mislabeled a facsimile copy as a first print?
Nice. The infallible CGC.
So the guy is promoting it as a one of a kind.
Of course he is. Probably he wants $1 million for it, right?
I think it was $1,500.
Oh, cool! Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was $1,500 if I remember correctly. Maybe it was like $1,200, but it was definitely over a K.
I think that
there's a lot of bad behavior out there right now on all sides, unfortunately.
And it's not just comic books; it's in all industries. I was part of a fan group for a particular author. And it amazed me. It was for a short time. It amazed me how many people were ignorant to this man about like his timeline and like we want a book now, and he was like, listen, I'm doing this at my, you know what I mean, I'm doing that, and they're like, no, we're the consumer, you need to just.
Well, don't they do it to George R. R. Martin?
They did, yeah,
but
totally.
also to Robert Jordan when he was like dying.
Yeah.
Like, he was like,
I mean, they paraded Stan Lee out in conventions when he was 157 years old and just made him scribble on books. It's just people, this culture of like instant gratification has just kind of gotten a little too far, I feel like.
Did I ever tell you my favorite Stan Lee signature story? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. We're digressing a little bit, but I'm going to say it anyway. There was a person that sold a signed copy, a signed CGC, I think. No, it wasn't CGC. It was, I'm pretty sure it was CBCS, copy of whatever by Stan Lee, but it was the ghost of Stan Lee. They had done a summoning through a Ouija board to have him sign it.
I'd buy that book. I would totally buy that book. That's amazing.
Yeah.
What do you think that works? Like, is that like? Can I get like a yellow label on that?
Maybe. I mean, according to some videos, it's possible.
The ghost of Santa signed my book. That's amazing. It's the best thing I've heard all day, honestly.
Yeah. I'll have to find the video or find the listing
good.
for you. That was like 3 years ago.
That's super good. But I think the short
ago.
answer to that question is you should never expect anything. If you get a discount, then that's rad. You know what I mean? But don't ever expect it.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, the price on the book is the price on the book, and if things happen or whatever, it's good.
Maybe Stanley's with us now. I don't. Did you see that?
He didn't like us talking about
I guess
him
not.
visiting us from. Never mind.
That tripod just shifted like 2 inches out of nowhere. That's wild. Stan's mad.
Probably mad at me all the time.
Hey, you know what? Yeah, probably.
Actually, even the ghost of Stanley doesn't care about me. So.
That's probably a good thing.
Probably. Let's see here. DC. This is a pretty cool thing. I'm still against NFTs, don't get me wrong. But apparently DC is offering free NFTs for people who sign up for their Fandome. Mm-hmm. So people who are interested to learn a little bit more about it, this is a zero cost entry into that market.
This is the second time they've done it, apparently?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah, from what I was reading, there was an event that I guess was like last year or something.
Okay. Oh, this is the second Fandome, I think. Or maybe it's like, I don't know. I thought they did. I actually won the Lego Supergirl minifigure that they did.
Oh,
yeah, I was one of the.
Love your Legos.
I do. It's a $500 figure. I'm like, I love Lego, but I do love $500 also. So
Okay.
I'm torn. It's a cool figure though.
Keep it.
We'll see. Anyway.
Sure.
So like I said, I mean, this is a cool way, I think, for people to learn more about it and see whether it is something that they want to dip their toes into. Even though I've been vehemently against it, I may even do it to, at zero cost. I mean, I lose nothing.
Sure. I think I would be more excited for it and more apt to like back it if they didn't stop their artists from making NFTs. I think that's...
You and I have talked about that.
Yeah, I think that's kind of shady business where they're like, oh, no, you can't do anything to make extra income, but we could do it. And then they were really behind the whole, like, global energy consumption and a bunch of computer technical jargon that I didn't really understand. But apparently these NFTs are...
Well, there's a lot
farmed consciously.
There's a lot of environmental groups that are against the NFTs. There was an article talking about the energy needed to
consumption to mine the NFTs. Yeah.
But then there was a competing article against that, saying that the guy's math was really terrible on it. They were still saying it wasn't good for the environment, but it was not near as terrible as the first article had made it out to be. Mm-hmm. I don't want to get into any of that because I don't know enough about it.
I think if you're into NFTs and it's something that you are interested in, I think at no cost, it's kind of a cool way for you to get one of those things.
It's supposed to be a book of covers of DC.
And there's different rarities or something. I don't pretend to understand anything about it. It doesn't really interest me. But like I said, if
there's one guy on those groups that I was telling you about trying to sell his NFTs, and he gets laughed at and shut down on every single one. And
I think they're just trying really hard with these. They're like just trying to shove them down people's throats and make it like relevant. I don't. I guess if you're into that, it's a cool thing. So, Brad.
I don't know. I still don't understand it myself.
I don't.
We've read how many articles about this, and I still.
I've
don't
had
even-
people. I'm like, explain this to me like I'm 5, and I still have
How about
really
4?
a very
3?
small. Yeah. Use little words. I don't.
I mean, I get it, but I don't get it. Like, I know what it is, but
I think I have a decent grasp of what it is. It just doesn't interest me, so I don't pursue it, I guess.
so you're not going to do the free one, even though there's no.
Nah. Let somebody else do it. I don't.
You're just registering. We'll put the registering thing in the description, so you guys.
Stop forcing the NFTs on me.
I think you have until what did it say, October 5th to register.
I think I don't remember.
So, but like I said, at least I think DC is smart for getting people in for free on one, and that way, like, oh, I like this. Here's another $100 or $500.
Yeah, here's somebody else's artwork we're gonna sell from.
Apparently, Marvel did another release this morning, and people were predicting it was going to sell out in like 4 seconds, and I was like, this is crazy to me.
It's wild. I guess it's the wave of the future.
So this is what I don't understand. We're going to go off a little bit, but the commons, there's like 30,000 of the commons. Like, how is that like rare?
I mean, 30,000 in the scope of the world isn't that big of a number. You know, I think if you think globally and not locally, it's not.
But most print runs like are around 30K, maybe a little bit higher than that.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Something is worth something, you know what I mean? An item is always going to be worth something to somebody.
Yeah.
So
Chris is not going to try it even for 0 cost entry.
Nope. I'll let somebody else
I'll try it, and then we'll see
have a shot.
what. Then maybe we can. Well, never mind. We'll talk about that later. So the next thing we'll talk about is Marvel is changing their FOC. For those of you who don't know what FOC is, it's final order cutoff date. The industry allows retailers to adjust their orders 3 weeks before release. Oh wait, except for Marvel, now it's 4 weeks. Apparently, this is in response to the paper shortage that's going on right now. I would prefer them to cut back on their titles a little bit.
Maybe their variants, something.
Yeah. And I'm not saying like a huge.
There's a paper shortage. We put out 35 variants every week.
I'm not saying like cut like a huge percentage, but like you see like the wall is like full. This was the 5th week of.
I bag and board them every week.
Fifth week Wednesday, and the whole wall was.
It was literally a long box and a quarter. Or a short box and a quarter this week
For
variants, and they were literally like all Marvel. Yeah. There was like that many DC and indie variants. It was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Marvel does love their variants.
They do. I think we kind of talked about this a little bit before we started filming. I think there's good and there's bad to it. Like you said, it makes it harder for you to gauge if you want to up and or down the amount of books that you're getting. It also gives you more time. Say the Iron Man variant situation that flew way under the radar. Like if you had an extra week to pick that book up,
or maybe it would have taken a week away from the.
Or maybe it would have. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of one of those like it's gonna wait and see type of thing, and I think it affects retailers far more than it's gonna affect your customers. It's gonna trickle down, but.
So I mean, I've upped my Moon Knight orders every issue because it's been doing better than what I thought it was going to do. I was basing it off of previous Moon Knight series numbers, and it's exceeding that. I think because people are excited about the Disney Plus show that's. It's
also only 3 issues deep, so there's plenty of time to mess it up,
Yeah.
which they're good at doing with Moon Knight. But so far, it's really good.
I know you love Jeff Lemire's run.
Lemire's run is great. This run is actually good too. So I understand the hype on the book. Yeah, I think this is going to be definitely one of those like wait and see type things. I think it gives them, like you said, a little more cushion to help with delays and things like that.
So if they had made it 4 weeks before and not 3 weeks, it would have been harder for people to raise their orders because they wouldn't have seen like the surge after the first initial week or what have you. And so, like you said, it's a mixed bag. On some it'll be helpful, on some it'll be less so.
Sure.
I don't know. I would prefer it to be like 2 weeks before the book comes out.
Sure. I think it's going to demand that retailers be more savvy and pay more attention, which I think is good, as volatile as the market is right now. With
I already
comic
paid
books
too
in
much
general.
attention.
I know. We've had that discussion too. I feel like with as volatile as the market is, with it going up and down so much, that it's going to help things, and I think it can make things a little harder in some instances. So we'll have to see.
Yeah. I know some people won't be interested in that conversation because it's more of a retailer thing. Like the average consumer, it doesn't affect. Some speculators, it will definitely affect because they need to be a little bit more on top of things in order to know what to add.
I feel like if you're in this speculating, that you want to pay close attention to what's going on anyway. Print runs and stuff like that matter. Availability matters. So I think that. I think it's going to benefit some people. I think it might make some people mad. It might make some people's jobs harder. We'll see. We'll keep people up to date.
Sure. So we'll turn the page on that one. I have forgotten to do my whole spiel of don't forget to LCS, like, comment, and subscribe to the Brainstorm Comics and Gaming YouTube channel. I know I keep sliding. We did an unboxing. You yelled at me for that because I looked for a bottle of water for 40 minutes and then forgot to.
Didn't drink it.
My life is hard. Anyway, don't forget to LCS, your local comic shop, Brainstorm Comics and Gaming's YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to visit the stores. We have 2 stores, one in Frederick, Maryland. If you're looking for a day trip, you can visit the breweries, you can visit the restaurants, the candy shop, the record stores, all sorts of knick-knack shops and stuff down there also. If you're looking for back issues, you definitely want to visit the Walkersville location.
Which is right up the road, by the way. It's not like
5 minutes from the Wegmans.
Yeah, it's not far.
Yeah. And then Chris has also been needling me because I haven't been mentioning why you should be a subscriber at Brainstorm Comics and Gaming. Some great discounts if you are a subscriber. We do have a very hard goal to meet. You have to have at least one title on your subscription to get the discounts. We're very demanding.
Super.
But the discounts are 20% off on new comics, 20% off on back issues, 20% off on graphic novels, 10% off on graded books, and even 10% off on board games. So,
which I can tell you from experience is better than anybody around.
Yeah. So. Yeah, like we don't have a subscription fee. Like we don't charge people a holding fee or anything like that. I know some stores are moving to that because they want to make sure, like, if you abandon them, that they have some sort of money in the bank for that. But I don't know. I've always been of the opinion, make it as easy for people and
easy.
Yeah,
I like easy.
Yeah. So moving on to the next one, we have 2 more things to do. One, we're bringing back best Wednesday ever. Sorry, we don't want to. Best Wednesday ever.
The cease and desist are they're in the mail. I can feel it.
Who do you feel is having the best Wednesday? There may be spoilers in this one. I know there's a spoiler with mine, so
I think Ross Ritchie at Boom is having the best Wednesday ever.
Why is he having the best Wednesday ever?
House of Slaughter shattered records, and they had to push it back because so many copies were ordered. It's like the biggest release they've ever had. It's the biggest release to date. So. It's got to be excited about that.
Do they have any variants anybody should care about?
Too many. And then apparently like a bunch of artist exclusive, store exclusive, comic book page exclusive. There's going to be a million.
Are there any that you're interested in?
Yeah, a couple. 2, 5, 7.
Jenny Frizen, maybe?
My wallet hates Boom.
Yeah. You said your wallet hates me.
I mean, my wallet hates many people. Mainly me, but
mainly you.
Yeah, no, I mean that's great for them. I think it's a good title, and I'm glad that they, are going to sell a bunch of them.
So my best Wednesday ever is so if you are an Amazing Spider-Man fan, you may want to skip ahead a little bit.
Put your fingers in your ears.
Number 74, best Wednesday ever. Mayday Parker is back. They do a post-apocalyptic thing with her. A lot of fans of Mayday, so I think that they will be very excited to see her back on the horizon.
Yeah. I think also the consumers got a really good Wednesday. It's a 5th week. It's a 5-week month, and there is a ton of books out this week.
And by extension, retailers.
Yeah, retailers.
Bill Willingham returning to Fables by way of Gotham.
Yes.
Batman versus Bigby.
I'm excited for that.
Best Wednesday ever for him, perhaps.
I mean, it's
the numbers are probably higher than most of the Fables one. Not because it was bad, but because Vertigo tends to
Fables
have
was
lower.
great. Also, it's tough to be a big bad wolf in Gotham. So
it is. It is. He fits in there though.
He does. I feel like
they already have a crocodile and like
that book. My goodness. Not having the best Wednesday ever is Batman Reptilian.
No, you're not liking that one.
No.
Okay.
And you brought it up, so can't even blame me.
I was talking about Killer Croc.
I mean, whatever. It's all intertwined.
Glad you went to the.
I mean, let's keep it interesting.
Jonathan Hickman having the best Wednesday ever. He's closing out his X-Men run.
I mean, Inferno came out. That's supposedly gigantic. Maybe I'll learn the language now. I wonder if like Babbel has that. Like if I can learn like the Krakoan language.
Maybe.
That'd be great. Teach me the circles and squiggles.
Maybe have Emma Frost come to your house and teach you some.
Sure. I just need them to teach me what's an X and what's a 10. is really, I think that's the key for that run is I need to know what's just an X and what's a 10.
Yeah. Yeah,
I need like a
people
key.
say things all the time and I'm like, sure.
I love when people like correct other people. You know what I mean? It's like powers of X and tens of swords. No. It's
the other way around.
It's the other way around. Okay. Just put an X in front of everything and you just get to choose.
I don't even know anymore.
I don't either.
So like when they changed Weapon X to Weapon 10, I was like, I'm lost now.
Is it? Gosh, what's X23 now? Is it 10 to 10 2? Is that like? Is there an M involved? I don't Roman numerals.
We're making our cameraman the X-Men lover.
He hates us.
Shake his head.
He hates us.
Picking on X-Men fans is having the best now.
I'm not picking on X-Men fans.
I'm joking. I think that covers almost everybody for
Sure,
the best Wednesday ever, unless you can think of somebody else. Nobody else on the topic?
No, off the top of my head.
All right, we're going to introduce a new segment. Chris Love Connection, where Chris is going to put his ideal creative team
Wish I had a better last name.
On 2 different books. I think it's a terrific name. Of course, that may be out of self-interest, but whatever.
It's fine.
All right. So, as I stated to you earlier, the goal of this is for me to name a title and you to put the creative team on there. Make the love connection.
The love connection.
For that.
Okay.
Our cameraman had no idea what Love Connection was. So he said he had heard of it.
I mean, you kind of had to remind me.
Oh my God. That's right. You said that you didn't know Chuck Woolery did the...
Yeah, there was like a hand sign involved that I was supposed to learn.
The 2 and 2.
Yeah, I didn't learn it. Sorry.
Yeah, I'm old. I think we covered this last time.
Yeah,
anyway, so the first book is Superman. What creative team would you put on there to spur the readership with the Chris Love connection?
I want to see Lemire. I want to see like a Lemire, like weird, tripped out space craziness. Yeah, that's what I want to see.
So what artist would you put on there with him?
I mean, Superman, any artist, I don't care.
I don't think Sorrentino would fit with.
No, let Lemire draw it too. Screw it. Let's get weird, sketchy Superman in there. Just the whole
Black Label,
the whole package. Yeah, make it a prestige book so you hate it. Totally. Yeah, I want weird, tripped out Superman.
I love Lemire though, but
I know
the Black Label oversized
prestige books.
I told you. I don't hate the prestige format. What I hate is that
It's
people.
so easy to get you going
it doesn't
right now.
sell.
It's great.
A lot of those books I think would have sold 50 copies in our store if they weren't in that oversized format, but people hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, artist wise, it's so hard for me to get excited about Superman, so I don't even know if let Liefeld draw it. Screw it.
Why do you hate Superman? All right. Anyway, the next love connection, Chris Love connection, is Spider-Man.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to get a whole new rotation of creative teams. But if you could put your ideal creative team on there, what would be your Chris Love connection?
Tom Taylor.
Tom the Toolman Taylor?
Tom the Toolman Taylor. Yeah, I think what he's doing with Nightwing would be great for Amazing Spider-Man, and I would like to see maybe like a smaller story from him, maybe like going back to the old days where he was like friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, where it like dealt with like New York and not globally, universally. I think kind of bringing that back.
He was a billionaire.
He was, and then man, he's so Peter Parker. Gosh, that guy. And then I want McFarlane back. I love McFarlane on Spider-Man. That'd be great. It'd be so good.
I don't think that's ever gonna happen.
It's never gonna happen, but
I was pretty sure they were working towards a Spawn Spider-Man crossover after he did that cover for Overstreet, but I guess that
no. But this is fantasy world. You know?
It is fantasy world.
Yeah.
This is the Chris Love connection.
Yes. Still don't know if I'm 100% comfortable with that, but whatever.
I'm hoping our cameraman, our editor, also our YouTube editor, can add some Love connection music to the background, but he said he doesn't know what that is. So I'm not holding out hope, you know.
Way to call him out before he edited the video.
He loves it.
His face doesn't say that.
And then we're going to close on kind of a sour note, however, though. This week, the owner of Atomic Comics up in Hagerstown, Luke, passed away. He has been in the industry probably 40 years at this point.
Long time, yeah.
The previous owner of Brainstorm, Dan, was very close with him. I know that for a while there, they also split going down to Diamond to pick up the books and everything. If you were a toy collector, he was definitely one of the dealers that you would want to talk to.
I bought a lot of toys from that guy over the years.
Yeah. He was very enthusiastic about it. Also, he loved his Spawn figures as well. He was big on that.
On Spawn. I bought a ton of Spawn figures from that guy. Yeah.
So I know that you've been up there a decent amount of times. You said.
Yeah. He was always a super nice guy. I didn't know him obviously as well as you knew him, but he was always super nice to me. He interacted with his customers very well. He knew his stuff. It was always fun to go up and dig around and look at the craziness that he had up there.
Yeah.
So.
Unfortunately, I haven't had a chance to go up to his store in quite some time, probably like 12 or 15 years. But I would see him still down at our pickup for comics and everything.
I was telling you the other day, I remember like going into that old, like the first store that he had up there, and like the power was out. There was like no heat. It was like January, and he was like handing out flashlights. Like,
he was definitely an old school comic guy.
100%. Like
he definitely had that vibe for the old type of store, and
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
and that was he had another job on top of it, like the comic thing, like he did as a secondary job, and he will be missed in this area for comic books, and hopefully his family are holding out pretty well for that. So we hope that they're getting through all that in the funeral this week. So we are gonna end on, like I said, like a less than happy note for
bummer ending. Yeah.
Well, I feel like it's.
No, I mean, I feel like we needed to mention him. He was pretty integral to this area. Yeah. Been around for a long time.
Yeah. So if you like the content, obviously we'll say one more time. LCS, like, comment, and subscribe to the Brainstorm Comics and Gaming YouTube channel, and hopefully you watch again next week. Have a good one.
On more comics.